ads on TV and in newspapers and magazines to sell your unwanted gold for cash. But is it a good deal for you or a 14-carat fake-out? Consumer Reports magazine set out to find answers, and the results are in the November issue. Joining us from New York now is Chris Fichera from Consumer Reports Money, who wrote the article. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Here's my first thing, and I know a lot of people are hurting right now, and they're doing whatever they need to do to get some extra cash in. I see these commercials, and I just think that's kind of crazy. You put your jewelry in an envelope, send it away, and get a check. My first question: do these things actually work? Can you trust these companies?
Well, we tested out a few of the major ones, including Cash for Gold. We sent in several of the identical same necklaces to all these different companies, and it worked pretty well. You get a check back in the mail in a few days, and if you don't like the results, you can even mail a check back and get your gold sent back to you. But we found out they didn't pay very well. When we compared them to, say, coin stores, pawn shops, local jewelry stores, they paid considerably less.
I want to show some of the figures that you got, offers from the potential buyers, including Cash for Gold and others. And again, you sent the same 18-karat gold chain and pendant that you paid $175 for. And tell us about these figures here.
Well, on average, the sort of online Cash for Gold places paid about 11 to 29% of the value of gold, meaning the meltdown value, whereas coin stores, jewelry shops, pawn shops paid about 35 to 70% of the value of gold. So it's a much better deal to go with them. Yeah,
these figures are amazing. You pay $175 for something. The meltdown value based on that figure might be about $70. It varies from day to day. And we see here Cash for Gold paid $760 to $1272. Gold kit $781 to $2059. Gold pack $822 to $1311. But the other venues that you mentioned, you do better, $25 to $50. All right, so what tips do you all have for people who are considering doing this? What are the things that they should do?
Well, first, you want to find out if the gold you're selling has any antique value beyond this sort of meltdown value of gold. And if you think it does, you can take it to a jewelry shop for an appraisal. If you're sure it's not, if it's not any kind of an antique, then you kind of want to find out what carat of gold it is. Often that's stamped on the inside or somewhere on the piece of the jewelry itself. You want to weigh it. And then you sort of want to call around to a bunch of different jewelry shops on the same day and find out how much they pay for gold. So you can sort of compare a bit.
And you make a point that you should do this on the same day because of the constantly fluctuating price of gold. Like you can't go to one place on a Tuesday and then Friday go someplace else and say, oh, they're going to pay me more because the value might have changed then, right?
Right. It's a bit tricky. The gold price changes throughout the day and from day to day. Also, gold's measured typically in troy ounces or penny weights, which is a bit different from the way, normal ounces. So you kind of want to weigh it maybe on a good kitchen scale if you have one. And you can see some online calculators that actually calculate out how much your item is worth based on its weight and the price of gold that day.
Another thing that we're seeing a rise in popularity are these gold parties. Are those generally good ways to get rid of your gold?
It depends on the individual party. Some gold parties are run by these big